Bulginaka, do you know that cybercrime is becoming a growing problem in Fiji?
Cybercrime is defined as a crime in which a computer is the object of the crime, such as hacking and spamming.
Cybercrime is also cyberbullying and using fake profiles to cause panic and spreading false news.
If you're involved in this or know anyone who's committing these crimes, report them immediately.
I'm Polly.
And I'm Peter.
We host the Traffic Jam Show on City FM.
From 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. every weekday.
Do the right thing.
Kandavunaka, Fiji. In this bulletin, police and SPCA investigate alleged animal cruelty. Health Ministry confident of hitting target. And Permanent Secretary Education resigns.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Edwin Knight.
Police and the Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals are trying to retrieve 4 dogs allegedly being severely ill-treated by the Rona in Raiwai Suva. Police spokesperson Savaida Tambua says the SPCA was granted a bench warrant against a dog owner for the retrieval of the animals yesterday. Tambua adds upon arrival, the gate to the premises where the dogs are being kept was locked.
The warrant was issued to SPCA this afternoon, for them to go and get the dog from its cat. However, upon arrival to the owner's place, the house was locked and no one was there. So they couldn't do much, and according to our officers, SPCA will go back to that place tomorrow. And as I've already mentioned, from our side, we are only there to provide the support that is needed.
The SPCA has obtained further legal advice on how to proceed and are working on removing the dogs from the premises. It says they are fearful for the welfare of the animals. The government is confident that Fijians, retailers and corporate entities will soon adapt to the ban on single-use plastic bags. There is a high level of compliance, and the Climate Change Division believes with time, environmentally unfriendly practices will change completely. The idea behind the ban is to get people to move away from plastic bags altogether, and local manufacturers are being encouraged to invest in reusable carry bags, which are already popular among consumers. Many retailers have switched to thicker plastic bags, which don't fall under the ban, but in time, these too will become prohibited.
We need to work with the industry. The industry needs to have some sort of solution to this. So this is the conversation that we will be having with industry players so that we come up with alternative solutions.
Concession and zero duty on the importation of raw materials for non-woven bags production, so that's an alternative that's in place now. These are bags, for example, that you can feel like is cotton, but it's certainly not cotton made of plastic.
The Health Ministry is confident it will achieve its measles vaccination campaign target by the end of this week. Health Minister Dr. Ifiremi Ongaina-Bete made the statement after returning from visits to the Western and Northern divisions where the campaign is ongoing. A measles outbreak was declared 2 months ago, and Health Ministry officials have been working around the clock to vaccinate those at risk. Dr. Ongaina-Bete says officials have mapped out plans on which areas they will need to visit to administer the vaccine.
I was in the north, in the west on Monday, and yesterday I was in the north, talking to the Divisional Medical Officer, Western Divisional Medical Officer, Northern, also talking to the medical superintendents of Lotok and Lambasa Hospital. They seem to know where the target groups are, they seem to know the geographical location, and that's where they're sending our people out to be able to do the vaccination.
Permanent Secretary for Education, Heritage and Arts Alison Birchall has resigned with immediate effect. In her resignation letter, Birchall has expressed a desire to pursue other interests. With the agreement of the Prime Minister, the Public Service Commission has appointed Permanent Secretary for Civil Service Susan Kiran as the acting PS until a substantive replacement for Birchall is identified. She was appointed as the Permanent Secretary of Education in January 2018. A memorandum of understanding between the Land Transport Authority and the Fiji Revenue and Customs Service will strengthen surveillance at our borders. The agreement will allow both parties to work cohesively in ensuring prohibited items such as illegally imported vehicles do not get past customs. This will also allow the LTA to carry out certain duties which were once exclusive to FRCS.
We seek a lot of collaboration and work together with LTA in terms of the fact that we have been trying to crack down on smuggled vehicles.
We're trying to offer our customers a one-stop shop so that when you're transacting vehicle transfers, vehicle sales, etc., you don't have to go down to an FRCS office. You can do your stamp duty transaction at the LTA.
The use of paraquat and insecticide imidacloprid has been banned from the 1st of this month. According to the Agriculture Ministry, there will be no importation, use or sale of these products. But Minister Dr. Mahendra Reddy reveals that paraquat was the second most commonly used means of suicide. Dr. Reddy says through research, they found that insecticide imidacloprid contributes to the reduction of the colony of bees. He adds instead farmers can use alternative chemicals that are already in the market. The new school year has come at a cheaper cost for many parents who are finding stationery and other back-to-school necessities more affordable. FBC News visited some retailers in Suva yesterday and noted many good deals in stores. To prepare children for back-to-school often means high expenses, but for Navua resident Sunia Kombulu, he's had no problems as his budget has been enough to cover the costs. Other parents feel that the prices are cheap, even though they've had to consider buying a few new items for children this year.
I have been buying stationery for the past 8 years. This year I can say the prices have been cheap, and despite that I have 3 children. It doesn't make any difference.
I believe it's affordable. It's always the same. Before my son was in class 10 first, he was still using the pencil. Now I have to buy the ball pen.
I came from Thai level thinking it'll be costly to buy stationery, but I'm surprised that the prices are cheap compared to past years.
The Fijian Competition and Consumer Commission is keeping a close eye on prices for back-to-school items. To Australia, the recovery mission, including the newly deployed Australia military, is finally getting into areas that have been cut off by bushfires. Among those sent to help is the HMAS Adelaide, which is anchored off the coast of Eden. The Navy ship is ready with everything that is needed for an evacuation. Coming up, new coach to continue late mentor's legacy, and local players closely monitored.
Oira na ngone no ndai nuni ena besinga ni mataka.
Mersi sunga da kena loma dina kena mikron.
Sakena ngau na mitaro bina no na baksa ngai ka wala loma taki na ngone. Dala bina oya wa meliki.
Bulre oya wa Samuel Samuli.
Nama kikirau ena be mataka.
Boniti kena magrombuka.
Ni boy tiri kalima na miniti me ono kina tiri na kaloko. Ena Radio Fiji One na ndobo ibiti.
Indaw kina na mataka. Dandra na singabo.
Welcome back. The late Red Rock Sevens rugby coach Lote Rasinga's legacy will continue, says former national rep Sireli Mbombo. Mbombo made the comments after former Red Rock players formed a new club to remember their late mentor. Aquila Dama has the details.
A total of 30 players from Red Rock have represented Fiji under the guidance of their late coach Pastor Lote Rasinga, and some of those have now decided to carry on his legacy.
I know with the idea for us to come together and let this team be known again. I think it's a great, one of the things that we come up with is to remember our coach Lote Rasinga's legacy. So his legacy lives on, even though it's not the Red Rock team, but it's from. But he was the one who motivated us. He was the one who brought us up. So I think for this we can give back, something that for him, like his name lives on.
Bombo and the Red Rock Old Boys are not the only new club trying to make ends meet for its players. Lamy Cavaliers is in the same boat.
They played around in Australia for 3 months. They win a few tournaments around there. And they're doing some part-time job just for the pocket money back. And now they start to arrive back to the country.
Both the Red Rock Old Boys and Lamy Cavaliers will feature at the second Basic Homes Tambadamu Sevens in Nandi that begins on Friday. Aquila Dama, FBC Sports.
And coming out on top is the ultimate goal for the home team, gearing up for the second Basic Homes Tambadamu Sevens tournament. With the tournament to kick off in 3 days, the team knows of the daunting task of defending the title. Tambadamu Sevens trainer Basilio Tikiko says most players are looking to establish a name for themselves in rugby.
With A few clubs have been keeping a close eye on some of our players, and a few major teams have requested a few of our players to take part in tournaments overseas. Most of the players hope to one day don the national sevens jersey and represent Fiji.
Fiji Mati head coach Brandon Costin will not wait for the Ron Macy Cup to start before he gets the message across to players. Costin says with the Kaiviti Silktails making their debut in the Ron Macy Cup in March, local players need to be prepared at all times because an opportunity can come knocking sooner than expected.
It's to really get the local players that we have in our academy structures fit, ready and available when their lucky break comes. So rather than, waiting for the Ron Massey Cup competition to start, let's get them fit, fast and strong and ready now.
Tennis stars Serena Williams and Caroline Wozniacki headed into their singles match at the ASB Classic with high spirits. Mostly sunny conditions today with a chance of afternoon showers in Suva, Savu-Savu and Lambasa. And that's your FBC Morning News. Remember to join us at 1 p.m. and 7 p.m. for our major bulletin for these stories and others. You can also tune in daily to our sister radio station, Gold FM. That's it from me for now. Have a good morning.
हमारे खूबसूरत देश फिजी में चाइल्ड अब्यूज की घटनाएं आए दिन बढ़ रही हैं।
क्यों बच्चों का मासूम बचपन अब्यूज का शिकार हो जाता है?
अपने बच्चों की सुरक्षा का खास ख्याल रखें।
उनसे बातचीत करें, उनके दोस्तों के बारे में जानें।
आज के बच्चे देश का भविष्य है। मैं दीप्ति
और मैं मोनिश,
आपके हमसफर। शामिल हो जाए हमारे साथ मंडे टू फ्राइडे
5:45 AM से 10 AM तक
रेडियो फिजी 2 देश की धड़कन पर।